I be on some bullshit. Know I be driving you crazy, but I know you love how I whip it. You could only stand.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Kendra if this is your first time here. And in this video, y'all know I did not come to play with y'all. Y'all know I got the tea, I got the secret that's gonna be exposed. So definitely stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe and let's just get straight on into the video. Okay, y'all, so a little disclaimer. A little friend decided he wanted to pop up on my face, so not too much on me, okay? Not too much on me. Right now I have my notes right here, and then I have my phone for reference, and let's just get right on into it, okay? So I'm giving you guys the details for someone who is not even monetized yet. They'll give you guys the tea for the smaller creators or people who want to start a channel, who just like, listen, I need something a little bit more in depth, that's something that's not so generic, because a lot of people tend to do a lot of stuff that's generic and it gets on my damn nerves. So everything you do in an entire month, I would prefer you to write everything that you have scheduled for that specific month. Like literally write out what you do every day, like something that's consistent, and things that you do like grocery shopping, waxes, maintenance, anything to that effect. Like whatever it is that you do for an entire month, I need you to write that down in a book, okay? Then as the days go on, I need you to go week by week, okay? So when you go week by week, meaning there's 7 days out of the week, so in there you have to write down everything you do each and every day, okay? And then once you figure out what you do each and every day, then I need you to, the day that you have less things to do, that's gonna be your day that you're gonna focus on filming or writing what you wanna do for that week. So rude. They pick 2 days out of the week where you have minimal work to do or minimal running around or errands to do, right? The first day should be a day where you plan out what video you want to do or how many videos you want to do that week. I want to write this down. I want to do this type of video, and then you write those down. I say 3 to 5 videos minimum, right? Pick and choose which one you want to do for that week. Those 1 or 2, depending on how many videos you want to do. I say start off with 1 video a week. That will be my biggest thing. 1 video a week. So pick 5 videos, choose 1 that week, then choose a day, you know, plan out how you want to do it. Basically plan out, you know, what you want to say, what you want to talk about, or if you're doing like a beauty tutorial, make sure you have all the products that you need, and make sure that everything basically lines up for that video, right? Then the second day is the day that you're actually going to film. When you film, make sure there's a decent amount of hours so that you'll be able to start editing a little bit that afternoon or that night or whatever. I say the best editing times is to do a little bit every day. Edit like, you know, the first 20 minutes of your video, then your 20 minutes will knock down to like maybe 10 minutes or something like that. So I just say every day do a little bit of editing right before you go to sleep or before, whatever, however you want to do it. Just choose certain little time frames that you can do it so that it doesn't seem like you're editing all in one day and then you feel overwhelmed. The day that you actually want to post, I say give yourself a deadline. If you're not somebody who's a deadline, then I would say just try to do as much editing as you possibly can and upload whatever you can on whatever day that week. Start off where you're not having so much overload. I say do 1 week at a time, and then once you start getting the hang of that, then I could say, you know, plan out your next 2 weeks, then your next 3 weeks, then the next 4 weeks, and then at that point you'll end up being organized for the whole month. Planning is just more of an overall umbrella, okay? So planning is basically you just saying, okay, or I'm gonna drop the kids off at this time, and then I'm gonna go run my errands this time, I'm gonna go get my hair done this time, and by the time this is finished, I'm gonna make sure I go get my child, you know? So you have to plan out your days. And just, you know, just something I really want to throw out there, everything you do is content, okay? It is content, but I'm gonna get back to that part. So when you're planning how you want to do everything, I say take a half an hour here, half an hour here, or see if you can do an hour here, 2 hours here, or wherever it is that you can kind of maneuver your days. That will be the best time to be able to plan what you want to do. Now, I don't know about everybody else, but I'm gonna use myself as an example. Sundays are my day that I clean my house, I cook, I do whatever, or meal prep, or relax, or whatever it is that I'm gonna do. So Sundays are my day to relax, but also I try to squeeze in like a little bit of work on that day. When I feel like when I get a little bigger, then I would really just take off the full Sunday. But I tend to want to use a little bit of my time on Sunday. So what I'll do is I'll get up early on a Sunday. I'll go do my grocery shopping. I will go and put a meal on that I feel like will take a little bit of time, so that it can sit on the stove or sit in the crock pot or whatever it is that needs to be done. I'll put that there and let that sit. And then while that's happening, you know, I will start writing everything or planning out my week or whatever it is at that time frame. And then I'll go into cleaning and blah, 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 blah. And then right before I go to sleep, that's when I will say, okay, let me see what free time I have this week, so that I already know in my mind, okay, this is what I have to do this specific day. So then I'll go in there and say, okay, I gotta get up early this day because I gotta go do this. So that's really what the planning aspect is. So it's pretty much just planning your week and knowing what you have to do, and everything is pre-planned in your head, and you're gonna stick to this type of schedule. Now, I'm not gonna lie, life happens. So of course, when life is happening, things can get in the mix of that, but you have to realize and understand that you have to fit this into your schedule somehow, okay? So that's all I mean by planning. Just planning your days accordingly, okay? Budgeting. No one ever talks about budgeting, and I feel like budgeting is something that a lot of people do not speak about, and I'm able to speak about it because I have put myself in so many really bad sticky situations where my life really changed in an instant because I'm putting so much time, effort, and money into this career or lifestyle, job, whatever you want to call content creating, right? When I say budgeting, this is like a business, okay? Let me not say it's just like a business. It is a business. You are pretty much running your own business, okay, when you're doing content creating or YouTube. So you're going to put in a lot of money when it comes to content creating. And when I say a lot of money, meaning sometimes there will be days where you have to do certain things because you need the content. You have to, you know, depending on what type of content creator you're trying to be, it can really cost you a lot of money. So for example, if you are a lifestyle vlogger, right, you're basically vlogging your entire life, right? So that means you have to buy your groceries, which we all know is normal, right? You have to buy clothes, you have to buy this, you have to go, you know, you have to go grocery shopping, you have to, like, there's so many different things that you have to do that already cost you money, right? As a lifestyle vlogger, that means you are going to be putting your life out there. You're going to be getting your hair done out there, your nails done out there. You're going to be putting your, well, I don't know if you have kids, but if you do, you're putting your kids out there. So that means they got to look a certain way. You got to look a certain way. You have to upkeep yourself. You have to make sure your house is clean. You got to make sure that you're buying your products to clean your house. You're going to be, you're going to be buying bundles. You're going to be buying shampoo. You're going to be like so many things, because everything revolves around your life as a lifestyle creator. So you're going to be doing other content as well, but that's just lifestyle stuff, right? So now when Christmas time comes, more than likely you got to put up a Christmas tree. So that means you're going to be filming this Christmas tree. You're going to make sure that it looks gorgeous. And I know a lot of people are perfectionists, so that means you're going to make sure that you have every little detail. Make sure everything is so detailed that you're going to spend over the amount of money that you need to. You're going to be buying certain products, like it's a lot, okay? If you're a fashion girly, that means you got to be buying more and more and more and more clothes, because you don't want to wear the same thing. Even though you might mix and match everything, there, you know, there's different seasons, so you have to help other people do other things or let people see your vision. And you got to have accessories, rings, clothes. And then you gotta remember, when you're doing all this stuff, you have to upkeep yourself. Like, you know, you gotta get your hair done, your nails done, your feet done, waxing, like all of this stuff. And then also maintaining your relationship outside of here. If you know, you have to have your relationship, your man, your woman, whatever you're into, and then you have to worry about the person that, you know, you're just balancing being a content creator, YouTuber, plus being your normal self and regular self every day. Like, it's just, so that money, you're gonna be spending so much money, it's insane. And the thing is about it, you're not even gonna be getting that money back as of the moment. Like, you'll make it back later on, but right now it's like you're gonna be putting out so much money, you're not even gonna understand how much money that you're putting out there. And I can honestly tell you, like, I have spent so much money on YouTube, content creating, like, just, yeah, I've spent a lot of money and it's insane. Okay, you're gonna have to really budget your money in order to make your business top tier or bring it to where you want it to be. Okay, this has been a question I've got a lot in my DMs rather than like videos and things like that. So when it comes to your equipment, I know everyone says this, start with your phone. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I did not start with my phone. I started with a camera. The only reason, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the only reason I got a camera was because my boyfriend, he you know, we used to do Christmas gifts and birthday gifts and things like that. And one year, I want to say it was for my birthday, he was like, you know, what do you want for your birthday? And I was like, listen, I want a camera, because I already knew what I was gonna do, and I knew I did not have that money, and I was just like, I gotta get it how I live, you feel me? So I asked him, I was like, listen, I want a camera, this is the type of camera that I want, and blah blah blah. I think at the time, the first camera I had, it only cost like maybe 600, I want to say. I think it was like 600. So he ended up getting that for me, and that was like the really good start of my YouTube journey. So that was, I was so appreciative. Let me tell y'all, I was so happy when he got me this camera, because I was like, oh, my YouTube journey about to start. Like, what? When I got the camera, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm using natural light. At first I was using natural light, and if you go back to previous videos, if you haven't been here that long, I was actually putting it, I was actually in my bedroom. Like, my bedroom used to be my background setup. Like, my bed was always my background setup, because in my bedroom I have the most extremely big windows, and I was like, okay, that's the best light that I could get, so I did that. I was doing that for a long time, but I did have a ring light, so I was like, okay, let me see how I can finesse my ring light. I had got my ring light like years ago, so I already had a ring light. When pictures and stuff was like a big thing, I already had that. So I was like, okay, cool, that's fine. Then I started using my ring light on one side of my dark side, because the way I had the camera set up, I didn't want you guys seeing my whole bed. So long story short, with the window, and then I had my ring light just kind of like holding the back so that I have some light in the back of me, or on the side of me, or however I was doing it. So as you know, the months went on, I was working so heavily at work, and then Klarna came out, and I was like, oh, I could put some lights on Klarna, I could do that, I could get some lights in here. Then I started getting the lights, then I started needing more SD cards, then I started needing and then I think like a year or two, no, I want to say like maybe 3 years later, I left my camera in the car and it got extremely hot during the summertime. So when I did that, it overheated, and then it broke and it wasn't working again. So I was out of a camera. Then I started using my phone, because now, you know, I gotta get another camera, and I didn't have the money. My boyfriend, you know, I didn't want to tell him what happened, but I ended up having to tell him, because the quality on my videos, and he was sneaking and watching my videos, and the quality was different. So I had no choice but to kind of tell him. But of course, 3 years later, my birthday was coming back up, right? So I was like, babe, you know, you think you give me another camera? So this time I got another camera, which is the Nikon Z30. I ended up getting that one. It's pretty much just like the CVE10. So pretty much he's the one who's pretty much bought me all my cameras. I tell people all the time, if you want equipment and you know you have birthday coming up, Christmas coming up, like, and you really want to do this YouTube thing, like really set aside, like instead of getting that purse or those pair of shoes, like take that money and get you some equipment, get you some SD cards, get you a camera, like get you things that you know that you're gonna need. Now if you really cannot afford it and that's just something that is just not even in the runnings for things like that, then start small. Just use your phone. I'm not gonna lie, like there's been plenty of times that I've been on YouTube where I had to use my phone. Like I really had to use my phone because I did not have my camera. It broke. And what I was gonna do, not put out content? No, because then people start unsubscribing. Like I was like, no, I have to find a way to, you know, film and be able to put content out. Okay, you guys, so I'm not gonna say that you need a laptop. Like you really don't. I mean, you will need a laptop, but you can always edit on your phone. But what I will tell you guys is that when I was editing on my phone, I was using up so much space on my phone. It was insane. Not even gonna lie. It was ridiculous because between doing reels, recording, taking pictures, all this stuff, like I was doing so much on my phone that I couldn't even, like I think my phone was so exhausted, okay? Like I overexerted my phone for real. And I didn't have a phone that had like massive amount of storage because remember at one point it was just pictures. Pictures don't really hold as much as videos do. Like it's not such a big file. So I was using so much space on my phone. It was just like crazy. So I always use iMovie. I use iMovie now. I've never used anything else except for way back in the day when I was in video production. So I was able to learn, you know, Final Cut Pro, but I still have not purchased it as of yet. Doing that, you know, having a laptop is definitely the goal. But in order to get these items, like use all the resources that you have. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like there's plenty of places to get it. Like you can go to a pawn shop, okay, and get you an Apple laptop that you can put on layaway that you can pay on until you're able to afford it. You feel me? You could do that. Like you can go to Best Buy. Best Buy, if you go in there, they have open box laptops. And half the time it could be somebody who just returned it because they spent their money and they knew they didn't have it, and or they had rent money and they had to go back and return it, probably never even touched it. Sometimes some of those open boxes, they just have too many and they need to get rid of them. Or sometimes, you know, it was a display laptop and they just need to get rid of it, whatever. So you have to remember, like there are so many different ways that you can get a laptop. Like I'm telling you, just go and find a way to do it. If you can find a way to go to the club and buy a club outfit, you can go and find a way to invest into your business that's gonna make you money so that you don't have to do your 9 to 5 ever again. This can really make or break you, okay? Like YouTube is not for the weak. I will say that, okay? Use what you have until you can afford to get what you want, okay? Do not stress over, oh, I have to have a camera, I have to have lights, I have to have this, I have to, like, use what you got until you're able to get what you need to get, okay? Like, let's be clear, okay? When you are becoming a content creator, I really want to say that maintenance is a really big thing. If you know how to do your hair and you know how to do your nails, you know how to put some press-ons on, then cool, you straight, sis. But you know, with nails costing $100 to $200-300, like you're gonna spend there. Because now imagine you want to film, right, and you got a broken nail. Somebody's gonna comment on it. But there are going to be some trolls as you start to gain your following. People are going to talk about, oh, she had a broken nail on here. You know, me, I really don't care. But I'm one of those people where I want to look polished on my page. Like, I want to look like I'm put together. Like, I put a little bit of effort in, you know. But that's just me. You could be different from me. Like, I'm not going to come on camera and my hair is not done, you know. So that's going to cause a lot. You understand? Like a lot of people don't know how to do their own hair. Like a lot of people have to go to the salon or whatever. Like me, I can do a little whoop 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 and be good. you know, when you have to get your hair done constantly, you have to get your nails done constantly and things like that, it's going to cost you. And if you're a makeup girly, like, you're gonna be buying a lot of makeup. If you're doing makeup tutorials, you're gonna be buying foundation way more than the average person because you're doing so many videos. Like, you're gonna need liners and stuff. So think about this. The more and more you use product, the more and more you're going to be spending. So that means if you're posting 2 to 4 or 5 videos a week, like, you're gonna be using a lot of that stuff, you know? So you definitely have to realize that you're going to spend money. Like, this maintenance thing is no joke. If you're a girl who goes and get their lashes done, those are $100. If you go get your nails done, I don't know what other people do on their nails, but it could be anywhere from $75 every 2 weeks or every week to $130 something a week or every other week. Like, it's a lot of money, I'm telling you guys. And I really don't want to lie to you guys, because everybody else likes to lie about stuff or not tell you certain things, but I'm telling you, it will cost you money. So people are always going to comment, but one thing about me, I never want anybody to comment on my appearance ever, because I make sure I look a specific type of way when I'm on camera, and that's just what it is. I'm just now coming into the phase where I might not do makeup for every single video. Like this video, I felt like I'm at home. I feel like with this, I'm just really talking to you guys like y'all my homegirls, okay? Or you're my homeboys or whatever, you know? So I feel like I'm gonna show you guys a little something anyway, and I vlog a lot, and I don't really have makeup on all the time, so I felt a little bit more comfortable to be without makeup to talk to y'all, okay? So that's what that is, so just keep that in mind, okay? So I ended up meeting a man, I want to say last year. He's a tax man, and he was basically telling me, you know, I told him, I was like, listen, I'm not making money from YouTube right now. Like, I get a little bit of money off of Instagram, or I might get a little money off of this, but you know, I actually have another business outside of YouTube. So, you know, I was telling him, like, this is what I got going on, this is where I'm trying to go. And he pretty much was saying that, you know, when you start making real money off of this, or even in the beginning, it's good to speak to a tax person so that you know exactly where to go and where to start, instead of waiting till you start making hundreds of thousands of dollars and then you gonna owe a whole bunch of money. So one thing he did tell me was, when you're doing this type of job, make sure that you are saving your receipts. Make sure that you're taking pictures of what you're getting. Make sure all the money that you're getting. Make sure to put it in the bank. Make sure to show all your bank statements to your accountant. Make sure to do all these things, like, and let the accountant guide you into doing whatever it is that you need to do, so that you do not become a person who has to deal with the IRS later on in a situation when you're already caught up, okay? He said when it comes to making this money, a lot of this money that you're gonna make is gonna be tax-free. Like, they're not taking taxes out of this money yet. So when you start making this money, you have to start putting money away, because when tax time comes, they are going to hit you ridiculously. So he did say that, and I just want to just put that in there, because I don't think I've ever heard of a YouTuber ever talking about that. So I just want to make sure to put that out there and make sure that you guys know, okay? Being consistent. Y'all. Being consistent, I want to say, is the hardest thing that you are going to have to do in your entire life. Being consistent is so hard on YouTube. Like, it's so hard. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, I've been doing YouTube. So my first YouTube channel, I started when Aaliyah J started her page. Yeah, Aaliyah J. Okay, that's when I had started my first YouTube. Okay, now when I started my YouTube back then, I want to say I was actually using my laptop to film, because my dad had got me a computer, and I was using the camera from there to do my videos. No joke. I was so consistent back then. Like, I was extremely consistent, and I didn't even know that this is what YouTube wanted. I just really loved being on the camera and being on there and just really just talking about a bunch of different stuff, whatever. I even relaxed my hair on camera back then. Like, it was crazy. But being consistent now, this is like years later. Like, I took off like 5-6 years from doing YouTube, and then I came back again, like right before I met my boyfriend. I came back in, and then I slowed down again, because then I ended up with him, and then we were traveling a lot and stuff, and then I didn't even know vlogging was a thing. And then when I finally came back, I said, listen, I'm going to take this extremely seriously. Like, I'm just gonna do this, and I don't care what anybody else says, what they think. I'm just gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it full-fledged. Now, a year later, I was in and out. Like, I was like, okay, I'm doing it, not doing it, doing it. And then when I finally got back into doing YouTube, I was doing phenomenal. And that was because at the time I was working at MAC. So when I was working at MAC, I already had my makeup and stuff done, and my hair and stuff would already be done, my nails and stuff would already be done. So I would go to work, and then I would come home, film. But working at MAC, I worked in the mall. So when I was working in the mall, I used to be around everything. Clothes, shoes, bags, hair, makeup, all type of stuff. So I was able to know what the new stuff was, what was coming out, what was the newest everything, what was gonna be trendy, what was trending, but I was in the mix. So it was so much easier for me because I knew what was going on. And then with MAC, you know, they realized that I was getting a lot of traction on my channel, and I worked for them. So they used to say, okay, here, we'll give you these products, just do your video, whatever, whatever. And we have rules when it comes to new launches and stuff. So I had to stay within that, but they gave me enough product where I could talk about the product. So the day that the day that the products would launch, my video would already be done, edited and everything, and it would be a new collection, and I would just post it the day that it came out. So the day that the items would come out, people would be able to already have a review out there, so that I was the first one on top of it. So I was able to get a lot of traction because I was always the first person on to anything that had to do with MAC. And with Sephora, I would make sure that I would get up extremely early, go there, get what I needed, did the video, then upload it straight to up to YouTube, and I'll try to make sure to be the first, second, or third person that already posts, you know. So that's kind of like the ideas that you would have to do, or things that you would have to want to do to be successful in this YouTube world. You want to always be the first person. You don't always want to follow trends and stuff like that. So that is like part of what's going on, you know. Then I slacked once I left YouTube. I started slacking a little bit, you know. I was like, oh my god, I'm enjoying life. I don't have to work on Saturdays anymore constantly, like. And then once I wasn't in that world, you know, I wasn't wearing as much makeup, then I wasn't really doing this, then me and my boyfriend was traveling more and things like that. So it just, yeah, I just fell off again. And I started getting a little bit more consistent. I met a girl, Brittany Giselle, on YouTube. She would always, well, actually we met on Instagram. She would always comment on my pages, and I started commenting on hers, and then we started talking. Then we got each other's numbers, and then, yeah, it just went from there. So me and her kind of started getting close. We started talking, and then, you know, she ended up, we both was like back and forth, like trying to figure out how we were going to get monetized. We were trying to do this. We trying to fix what we're doing. We trying to, like, we were just trying to get each other to where we need to be. It was kind of like both of us knew another type of content creator. So we were able to go back and forth with each other, bounce ideas off of each other, talk about what we're going to do, make sure that both of us are staying consistent and things like that. And she ended up getting monetized. Congratulations to her. She ended up getting monetized. And my girl's, you know, making a little check. Okay. Then I finally went back into YouTube. I started really buckling down. Like, I really started writing everything out. I started focusing a lot more. I started putting more money into my channel. I started really saying, you know what, I'm gonna treat this not only as a business, but I'm gonna treat it as my second job. So that's kind of what was going on. Then when I seen her, you know, she's monetized and she's doing, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, I'm not monetized. And then I started following like other YouTubers that I really started to like, that has kind of like the same type of aesthetic or content that I have. And I started like studying them. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm a visual person when it comes to learning. So I realized, like, when I'm watching these vlogs, or I'm watching their content, or I'm watching anything to that effect, like, I am studying this while I'm doing, you know, while I'm watching these videos. I'm studying everything, and I'm seeing what they're doing and how they're doing it, and then I'm trying to see, like, you know, I used to try to figure out, like, how are they balancing all of this? Like, it's crazy. But the thing is, you have to kind of watch YouTubers who are a lot smaller, because these other YouTubers, they don't have any other job besides this. So they have more time, more money. They have money coming in now. So they have money to be able to put more money into their business so that it can flourish and be bigger. So, you know, I started saying, you know what? I have to really stay focused and realize, like, I have to post 2 to 3 times a week, you know? I have to really, I cannot miss a week. And I always told myself, I will not miss a week. That was my goal. I was like, I'm not gonna miss a week of posting on YouTube. I'm not gonna do this. And then they came out with the shorts aspect. So I was like, okay, cool. I had just started getting into doing TikToks. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of my TikTok videos and I'm gonna put that on YouTube and see what happens. Then I did a nail, I had did a short on my nails. And when I did that, I posted it. That video did like 7,000 in like an hour and a half. Not even an hour and a half, like maybe like an hour. It did 7K on there. And then I gained like 30 subscribers off of that video. So I was like, oh, okay, hold on. What in the world is going on? I'm like, okay, cool. I was like, okay, I did that, that's cool. Then another time, I think like 3 days later, I posted me doing a makeup tutorial real quick. No, it was a makeup, no, I'm lying. It was a get ready with me. I posted one of those, a get ready with me. That one did like 6,000. I was like, and then I gained like 5 or 6 subscribers. I was like, okay, cool, that worked, okay. Then I did another video. I had did a makeup tutorial. I literally was getting dressed to go on a date with my boyfriend. I swear to you. I did the video, posted it. It did 22K in views. I got over 150 subscribers off of that one short. Then I was like, hold up. Then I started paying attention and I'm like, oh my God, like, so shorts are helping. If I push those shorts out, then that can help people come and see my channel, right? Then what ends up happening is you have to kind of continue with that same type of content because the people who follow you off of that, that's what they want to see. So you have to stay up on what people are liking. So every time you get your nails done, you got to do that. Every time you doing your makeup, you got to do that. Then you got to do a long form content to it. Then if somebody if you look on your analytics and you see that these people are liking this type of video, you got to stay on that type of video. So, you know, because if not, they'll unsubscribe because they like, okay, this person, 1, is not consistent, or 2, they're not doing the type of stuff that I like, and then they'll unsubscribe. So you might end up losing like 1 or 2 people from there, but a lot of people do not just unsubscribe. Like some people unsubscribe maybe once, twice, 3. You might get like 3 people who will probably unsubscribe due to you not staying consistent to that specific thing. But at the end of the day, any subscriber are good subscribers, you feel me? So I'm gonna accept what I can get, you know? So you have to kind of, in the beginning, it's gonna be a lot of trial and error, but I still say post, okay? Post your content, okay? Because you'll never know what's gonna happen with your content. Like you could be somebody who only has 300 subscribers and next thing you know you post on a good day at a good time, next thing you know you have 900 subscribers. Like it's definitely a possible thing, but you really have to stay focused. Treat this as your second job, okay? Like think about it as if, damn, I'm an intern, but I really want that CEO position, so I gotta work my ass off for it. Like that's just how you have to look at it, you know? And you're like, okay, I'm gonna create my own business with the things that I figured out. So this is your second job. This is your second business. Like you really have to treat it that way. And if you give up, it's not gonna work. I will tell you that. I am not monetized as of the moment. I have 958 subscribers. I don't even think you guys can see it. I am 43 subscribers away from 1,000, but I still have to get some more watch time. So let me give you guys an idea of what it is. So with YouTube, in order for you to be monetized, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. There's another way that you can be monetized as well, which is you have to have 1,000 subscribers or 10 million views in shorts. Okay. If you are a short form content type of girl, like you prefer like 15-second videos or minute videos or things like that, then that could work for you. Let me tell you, I know a lot of people who have gained millions of subscribers based off of their shorts. If you like long form content, then you got to work on your watch time hours, which is 4,000 watch hours. Now, if you are consistent enough, you can do long form content. Now, short form content to me is pretty easy. It's just, I don't know, short form content, like I get lazy sometimes, so I guess short form content wouldn't work for me. Long term content tends to work for me only because I like, when I'm explaining something, I like to be detailed. I like to really explain things. So if you're somebody who don't really like that, or you don't really care for that because you feel like it's too long, then by all means, short form content is definitely for you. I'm just old school YouTube. I just prefer to just get 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours, and just be done. Now, one little thing that people do not talk about is your hours on YouTube. Like that 4,000 watch hours, that's within a year time span. So let's say this year you made 22K views, right? And next year around the same day or the day before, whatever, when you get back to December 8th of next year and you only made 1,000 views based off of next year, YouTube is going to take away 23,000 views in watch time, because that's a year later. So all those views that you got 22K, they're gonna give you 22K, they're gonna give you 21. You're only gonna have all that 21K, they're gonna remove that. So you lose it every day. Like every day your watch time can go up or it can go down. It can go up, it could go down, because you have to be, if you're consistent, your views are gonna go up regardless, because people are gonna be watching old videos, other videos and stuff like that. So your watch time will go up. But if you're not really posting like that and a year later you're not consistent, whatever view you got that day, that's your new day. So if you only made 10K views this day, like, and then the following year after that, you only made 6K, like you're only getting this much K left. Like it removes itself every single day. I'm telling you, I've seen it, I've done it, I've lived it. I will look at my watch time hours today, it will say 1,000 watch hours, right? But if I don't post, or I haven't posted, or I don't have people watching old videos to help me stay where I'm supposed to stay, by the next day I will lose watch time hours. So today I got 1,000 watch hours, tomorrow I could have 976. So it's like you really have to stay focused on your channel. I'm telling you, consistency is crazy. I just really wanted to make sure to put that out there for you guys, you know, because I don't want, you know, I just heard so many people talk about this and just really wanted to understand it a little bit more in depth. So yeah, oh, and one thing I really want to just say lastly, I want to say, when it comes to YouTube and you, like, do not follow what other girls are doing. Like, don't worry about what other girls are doing. Like, if you're in a slum, of course, you know, you can follow other girls and just see kind of what they're doing. But the best thing to do, you know what you like to watch, right? You know what you like to watch on YouTube. You know what type of content creator that you like to watch. So just do the same thing that you like to see, or what you like to watch. Or there might be some content that you have seen out there where you're just like, well, why is nobody talking about this? Well, why don't you talk about it? You know, like with this content, I knew that people want to know the real nitty gritty. Like, people don't want to hear just the little generic version of what everybody wants to say. Like, you want to really hear the real things. Like, and I just feel like a lot of people don't talk about a lot of things, and I'm just like, I'm ready to tell y'all. Like, I'm not monetized yet, but I'm on my way there, and we're gonna get there. I'm 43 subscribers down from where I need to be, so I'm gonna be monetized. I told myself I was gonna be monetized this year, but I wasn't consistent enough. I had too much going on in my own life, and it just wasn't hitting. But I know once I hit those 1,000 subscribers, like, it's gonna be over, because I've been so consistent the last like 4 to 5 months. When I tell you minimum of 2 videos a week, like minimum. So yeah, just make sure to stay focused, stay on what you want to do, plan your content out, get organized. Like, I'm telling you, it's going to work for you. I want to thank you guys all for watching. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me what your best part about this video was, or tell me if you agree, don't agree, whatever it is you need to tell me. Just down in the bottom comment bar, I'll definitely answer your questions. If I need to do a part 2, I will. Don't forget to subscribe, y'all. Subscribe. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the next video. Thank you all for watching. See you later.